Hello there, it's your goddess Bella. Now for those of you familiar with my work, you know that I love to talk about hypnosis and control. I love it. That true control is making them do exactly what their fetish is. But here's the thing with that. I think true control is getting into your brain, playing around, moving things around, making it so that you get turned on by things you never even thought about. No, that's real control. That's real change. So this is my game. And thank you for being brave enough to play my game with me. I've already played it many, many times, and I've had a lot of success. I've had many people with no interest in financial domination start to love financial domination.
And you wouldn't even know.
I've made many tease and denial fans
your couch
into sissies. Anyway, I could go on and on.
Aroused.
But the point is, what I like to do is use all of my tools, penetrate my way into your subconscious mind.
Isn't it?
And
that is very scary.
Take your fears or anything that's causing any resistance to my suggestions and turn the fear into arousal. Now, I've already done this a lot, but I'm doing it in a bit of a different way this time. Usually my methods are pretty covert, and they still are, but I'm letting you in on some of my secrets. The point is that anything is possible as long as you're doing it for me. So let's begin. For best results, you should be wearing headphones, and you should hear my voice on the left side now, and on the right side now. Now this session is going to be pretty intense, so even those of you who are already trained to drop easily, I still want you to make every effort to find a comfortable spot where you can really, really relax and let go. Now, if you can't, it will still be effective, but I really, really want you to play this game correctly. And to do that, I want you to close your eyes, relax, and I want you to picture what it felt like the last time you were in the deepest trance ever, or imagine what it would feel like to be in the deepest trance, to feel all hazy and floaty and drifty and dreamy. Nice, deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth.
Time to just feel good.
Now any sounds you hear, any clicks, any barely audible voices are all just part of the magic. All of the magic to just wash away everything we don't need.
You're so ready to play
while
my
we
game.
Insert the things that we need.
Play my game with me.
Nice deep breath again, in through your nose, out through your mouth. With every inhale, you absorb part of me and my voice. You let it penetrate deep into your mind. And with every exhale, you let go of something, any fear, apprehension,
to let go.
And I take you to a place where intense pleasure awaits you.
Let everything go.
The pleasure, of course, playing my game, belonging to me.
Melt away. It's time to just.
Now, because I'm going to do such complicated work,
You're so ready to play my
I'm going to make
game.
sure you're nice and deep. And to do that, I'm going to do a longer induction than I usually do.
Play my game.
I want you to feel your eyes looking up into a velvet darkness above your forehead in your mind's eye. You become aware of a waterfall. You're moving towards the waterfall. You find yourself at the top of the waterfall, so relaxed, so peaceful.
You have no
And you close
choice.
your eyes
Of
if they're not
course
closed already.
That's why you obey me
Next to the
completely.
waterfall, you become aware of a staircase. And as you look down the stairs,
You
you
love
notice
not having
that there are
any
10
choice.
steps leading gently down, 10 steps leading down and down and down, all the way down to the ground near the base of the waterfall. These are the steps that will lead you deep into a new depth of relaxation.
It feels good
And in a moment,
to let go.
I would like you to walk down those steps with me, and I'll count them off
Let
for you,
everything go.
one at a time, and you'll discover that the deeper down you go, the more loose and the more relaxed you'll become. Now, when you're ready to walk down the stairs, I want you to gently place your palm on the rail and start to slowly descend the steps as I count them down, 10 to 1. 10, deeply comfortable, deeply relaxed. 9, deeply relaxed, letting go. 8, 7, 6, sink into the comfort. 5, 4, 3, feeling so good. 2, almost to the bottom now. 1, step to go and drop. Deeper and deeper down into trance now, all the way down to the deepest level of mind. And as you reach the base step, you can allow the stairs and the ordinary, daily, mundane world and all of your own thoughts and agendas drop away. Farther and farther down, you go deeper and deeper. You're now standing at the bottom of the steps, and you feel so good, blissful, relaxed. You see before you a tall wooden gate. The gate is locked, but you have the key. You can open the gate, and you really want to go through the gate and witness what's on the other side, because somehow you know that a magnificent place is there waiting for you because of your goddess Bella is leading you there. You know it's scary, dangerous, and exciting, so move now toward the gate.
Wonderful.
Push the gate open. Push
Now
it
you
all
being
the way
obedient
open
just
and walk through.
makes you feel
Now,
pleasure on a deeper level.
close the gate behind you. Get comfortable. Good. And continue to fall deep into trance. Continue to just let go of all cares and worries. With your goddess Bella, you feel so good. Everything feels good. Relax. Let it happen. Trance is so easy. You let it happen. You let it happen. Just relax and feel good. Concentrate on my voice that brings you to that bliss. I pump you full of hypnotic pleasure drugs, and you continue to relax, falling, falling, but you're not afraid. You fall knowing that everything's out of your hands and that you love to obey You love to obey, and you love to let me in deep, deep. And now you're starting to remember. You're starting to remember the one time when you were hypnotized, when you were in the deepest, deepest trance. You remember that, and you easily fall back to that place, that lovely place. You fall back. Any triggers that I've installed before help you fall even deeper and easier. In your mind's eye, you recall all of the programming that I've ever done. You recall everything all at once. As you feel yourself falling, you recall your addiction to your goddess Bella, how good it makes you feel falling, sinking. I'm going to give you additional triggers. That's right. In fact, whenever you hear me say bright, warm, and peaceful, you'll fall deeper into trance. And I know you know the other ones. Drop.
Peaceful. Brings
Good.
you deeper.
In fact,
Drop makes you drop.
whenever you hear the word drop, you'll fall into a deep trance.
Drop makes you drop.
And whenever you hear me or anyone else
Drop
say
makes you drop.
bright, warm, and peaceful, or any of those words, you'll find yourself fall into a mini trance state
Makes you drop.
where you'll feel blissful and happy,
Drop makes you drop.
but still be able to function because I've given you this trigger so early in the session. Your conscious mind might remember it, so you can test it. That'll be fun, but we've only just begun. The real fun things are still coming. You're feeling so bright, warm, and peaceful. And I'm going to explain to you how your mind works. Because you've let me in nice and deep.
And drop
Your mind is
drop.
kind of like a special computer,
And drop makes you drop.
a computer that you're letting me program. It's not so complex in your mind. It's just that there's a lot of things that we don't need. There's a lot of things that I want to have dropped away. Things we don't need. Because your mind belongs to me.
Drop makes you drop.
It belongs to me, and you've given me permission to
And
change
drop
it.
makes you drop.
I am your purpose, your creator. All your thoughts belong to me. Your mind belongs to me. And it's mine for the programming you've asked me to change. Your mind for you. You've given me the passwords. You've given me the security codes. You've given me access to your mind. You want me to change your programming. You want me to repair you. And since you obey my commands, since you're allowing me
It feels good
so deep,
to let go.
so deep inside, you're allowing me to change everything. You want me to change it.
Go.
You've given me the security codes. I have access to your mind. I have total control over your mind. I'm changing your programming. I'm changing you. I'm changing your programming. Entering your mind. Feel me accessing the innermost core of your mind. I have the passwords. I have the security codes. Feel me slowly entering your mind. Feel me slowly entering you. It feels so good. It feels so wonderful to have me in your mind. You welcomed me into your mind. Now imagine that your mind, like any computer, has a set of controls, switches, and dials. And these settings control your mind like the control panel of the computer I'm looking at in your mind. I'm looking at the controls, the switches, and dials. I'm going to reset them one at a time. First, I'm going to adjust your suggestibility. I'm turning your suggestibility up all the way.
Feels good.
You can feel it already.
Let go.
You're ready to accept any suggestions that I give you.
Let everything
You long to accept my suggestions.
play my
You
game.
feel an ache and a need to
Play my
prove
game with
how
me.
fully you accept my suggestions, and you need to show how completely you can accept my suggestions. You need to show that you can accept suggestions by me,
Play my game. Play my
mine,
game.
and you need to show that you're a
Play
good,
my game with me.
loyal, obedient pet, and you want to be a good subject. You need
So ready
to be a good
to
subject.
play my
You
game.
ache to be more submissive
So ready
to me.
to play
It's so
my
important, so important that you fulfill your purpose, to submit to me, to surrender, to please me. Everything depends on pleasing me.
You're so
You know,
ready to
you
play
know that
my
I want
game.
you to accept my
You're so
suggestions,
ready to play
and
my
you want
game.
to accept them. And you know that you have to accept my suggestions.
To let
Any
go.
suggestions I give you are absorbed completely, accepted completely, accepted utterly as truth. Any suggestion you're given will now be accepted completely without reservation. Drop. Accepted completely. You realize
growing,
that my suggestions are necessary,
teasing,
necessary changes to your programming.
wonderful,
You will welcome them,
amazing.
accept them,
Now you
embrace
being
them
obedient
completely,
just makes
and you'll
you
find from now on
feel pleasure
my
on a
hypnotic
deeper level.
suggestions conditioned you so strongly, more strongly than you ever thought possible. From now on, you'll find my hypnotic suggestions are so deep inside, so many profound changes, more powerful than you ever thought possible. They affect you completely. They affect you permanently.
Of
They are hardwired into your
this
mind.
growing, tempting, teasing,
They have been installed
erotic,
by me.
wonderful,
The computer of your
amazing,
mind,
growing,
installed in your mind,
Now you
installed
teasing,
by me,
erotic,
installed in your mind.
wonderful,
You are allowing
feel
yourself
pleasure on a deeper
to be
level.
completely
Now you
programmed,
being obedient
completely
just
conditioned,
makes you
trusting
feel pleasure on a
me,
deeper
your
level.
goddess Bella, completely trusting yourself to follow my commands, trusting yourself to follow my commands,
Feels good.
knowing that
let
doing
go.
so pleases me, and pleasing your goddess Bella makes you so happy,
Let everything
and you trust me completely. You have no choice. You trust
You
me
have no
completely.
choice. Of
You know
course not.
that I'm your goddess.
That's why you will be
I'm your
not
goddess,
having
and you
any
need to
choice.
please me. You trust me. You trust me completely. You
Let the
trust me to program your mind.
away
I have access.
to just
You welcomed me. You accept my suggestions. They penetrate deep inside. You feel so good, so bright, warm, and peaceful. You feel so amazing. You feel you're ready to accept my suggestions. You long to accept my suggestions. You're waiting for my suggestions. You're desperate to accept my suggestions, desperate to please me, desperate. I'm making the most important changes, ones that will make all the others easier. There's a switch, an important switch. I'm turning off certain things, turning off the fears, turning off the apprehension, turning off guilt. All that's left is obedience, vulnerable, and arousal. Those are being turned up. Those are being turned up. And that makes you so happy. Pleasure centers, all turned up, dialed up to the highest
Now here's
level.
the game, the fun part of the
Dialing up.
game.
the fun part that you came to me for.
Proud to be my
That means that I can take things that you never knew you loved,
surrendering,
never knew you
pet,
craved, never knew you ached for.
everything.
Some of the things you knew you ached for,
you
you knew you
experience
craved,
pleasure.
you knew you needed. All of these
More
things
pleasure than
will
you
be
ever
enhanced.
thought possible.
The point is, belonging to me
You accept all
means you
this.
have no choices.
You love all
I
this.
program your pleasure centers. I
Transformations
decide that I'm making
fetishes
I
are profound,
decide your addiction
permanent.
So no matter what I
But there's
decide,
no more fear.
no matter what, you
The fear's
easily let
diminished.
it in. It's the game.
So
You
all that's
imagine a
left
rope to let in, and it
is the
makes you
pleasure,
feel
the pleasure
secure
of
as I
belonging
pull
to me,
of wanting
to please
and
me,
it's a trap.
of needing.
It's a
belong
trap,
to
and I
me.
enjoy not only
Always
luring my
in my
toys
trance,
into my dress,
always in my trance,
tries
like
to
you,
but
always
also
bring
tying
your
them with their
subconscious
own
surrendering.
lust.
Will
It's
hold
important
my will,
to
which
me
so
that
desperately
you know
wishes to
how much I
experience
want
safe
you to absorb
inside of your
exactly
subconscious
the
mind
words that
can
are good
protect
and
suggestions
right
that are
for
good
you.
for you. My
And it's
suggestions.
important that you let
Sometimes
them
your
in
conscious
to your
mind
subconscious
believes
mind
that it wants
and that it
something,
experiences my words
but
in exactly
your
the way
subconscious mind
I want to.
wants something else. It gives it
Exactly
what's
the
really
way that feels
good for
right,
you.
that fits into the
I
bigger picture.
want to give you everything
It could start with this
that's good
suggestion
for
that
you,
I've just given you.
that I feel is good for
It could
you.
maybe be
What I
in
will
all
finally
the
unleash
subliminal commands
my trap
that are sneaking and purring their way into your
even
subconscious mind.
describe
Just
how
giving you,
deeply
maybe you
you
have an
longed
idea
to
that is meant for you right
the
now in this
supreme
moment,
bliss
and my words are
of
being
sitting
absorbed
in my
in
trap,
exactly the
completely
way
helpless.
that feels right,
You
exactly
can
the
allow
way
this wish
I
to
meant for
come
them, and you
true,
can sense that
and you
feel-good
have
feeling, that
your
bliss,
subconscious
that
mind
arousal growing,
digests
and your body
everything.
just sinks into the security and the
Everything
confidence that
I
only
need it to
I know
digest,
what's best for
and
you.
everything will get there and do what it
Only
needs
good
to do
things
to get
happen
there,
with me.
while your consciousness is
Rich in your
overflowing
subconscious mind, you
with
trust
desire
the
and
choice
lust.
of conscious will
Everything
that I
can be
have taken
fulfilled,
over, I've occupied.
and I grant you
And when the
this
time
favor of
comes,
trapping
exactly
your
how
spirit,
to absorb
your
my words
soul.
and implement them
And what will
will
I do
come
with it?
so naturally to you, and everything will
You
feel better.
recognize
Your
this
addiction to me
yearning
stronger,
to devote yourself
needing me more
completely
and more because
to my
I
game.
I
And when
am
you
the
hear the
reason
sound
for
of
your
my
bliss.
voice,
Tingling
tell me
sensations in
how
your skin
deep
will happen
is that
every
desire
time
to surrender.
you absorb just the right
So
thing, and
deep
every time it presents
to
itself
feel
to
that
you.
connection,
It doesn't have to make
how it
sense to you,
binds and
but you
holds
feel the
so
feelings, you feel the
tightly
longing desire
that the only
to
thing
surrender
you're able to do
and allow everything
give in as
into
the waves of
anything.
pleasure
It's all
run
part
through
of the
your body.
game. It happens when I play with you.
You
I
trust
love
me.
to play,
You trust me
and you're ready to play my game, trusting,
You
trusting that my
to program your mind.
occupation of your subconscious
I
mind
have access.
is the best thing
You
to ever
welcome
happen
to
to
me.
you. So
You accept
easy to
my
let me in.
suggestions.
You trust
They
me.
penetrate
You experience
deep
the true
inside. You
meaning
feel so
of
good,
letting
so
go.
bright,
There's
warm,
nothing
and
you need to
peaceful.
do.
You
Not
feel
in this place.
so
You
amazing.
just need to absorb
You feel
everything
You're ready
and
to
enjoy
accept
the
my
sound of
suggestions.
each word.
You long
Carries you
to
high
accept
as you
my
sink deep,
suggestions.
lighter and lighter, more
You're
blissful.
waiting for my
Your
suggestions.
subconscious
You're desperate
hears my
to
words
accept
just
my
the right way
suggestions.
and will
Desperate
steer
to please
you
me.
in exactly the path
Desperate.
that I want you
I'm making
to
the
be
most
steered into.
important changes.
Your body
Ones that will make
feels
all
heavy,
the others
sinking,
easier.
but
There's a switch,
your
an
mind is
important
empty,
switch. I'm turning off
heavy,
certain things,
empty.
turning off the fears,
You feel
turning off the
tingly,
apprehension,
magical,
turning off
sensual.
guilt.
I
All that's left
have made
is
everything better,
obedience.
and I often
Vulnerable
talk about how suggestions can
arousal.
be applied
Those are being turned up,
to my bigger
Those are being
picture
turned up.
for you,
and that
and
makes
how
me so
easy
happy.
it is as
Pleasure
long as you
centered,
trust and let me in,
all
and you
turned up,
have. You
dialed
have
up,
total security
up
of knowing
to the
that in
high
these moments with
level,
me, playing my
dialing
game,
up,
you
dialing up.
are completely
So
weak.
proud to be my
You have no control,
submissive,
no will,
weak,
so you let me in,
surrendering
and
pet.
it feels good. You
Everything
ache for my
program
commands. They
makes
enrich your
you
life.
experience pleasure.
They enhance your bliss,
more pleasure than you ever thought
acting in a way
possible.
that's good for you,
You
acting in the
accept
way
all
that
this.
I want
You
you
love all this.
to have them affect you.
Transformations.
You
that
find
are making
yourself easily
profound,
triggered, just
permanent.
my voice to drop, the surrender
there's
of
no
my
more
words
fear.
in your body.
The
It
fear is
all boils
diminished.
down to the more
So all that's
intense
left to let
games
in
that
is
I
the
can play
pleasure-
with you.
The pleasure of belonging
It's
to
so
me,
much fun.
of wanting to please
And
me,
perhaps you're
of
starting
knowing
to recognize
belong
that
to
feeling
me.
when your desire
Oh,
to
in my
surrender
trance.
to me
always in my
is
trance,
stronger
always
than your fear
weak, surrender,
or your guilt. You're afraid. You're afraid you'll go too far, but you long for my shackles. You've already come too far. It's out of your hands, and you love it. It's especially powerful to know that it's already gone too far. So enjoy playing my game. It's especially powerful. You desperately long to feel what it's like to give in to my game. Perhaps the thought of surrendering yourself to me excites you more than it scares you. That rush of happiness,
sometimes
the
wonder,
surge of
no matter
sensation,
how much your
when
awareness
every little
tries to
word,
squirm,
every single word
your subconscious
is followed by
will hold
waves of
my will,
utmost
which is so
desire
desperately
and
wishes to
pleasure
experience
because
safe
of my
inside you. Your
programming.
subconscious
You
mind
recognize
can protect
the
suggestions
feeling.
that are
You
good
long
for you. My
for my power.
suggestions. Sometimes
My
your
words
conscious
determine
mind believes
your
that
reality,
it wants something,
a reality
but
where you
your
tremble
subconscious
with
mind
lust, feeling the
wants something
effects
else.
of my words.
It gives it
Each
what's really
one
good
penetrates
for you.
every
I want to
erogenous
give you
zone.
everything
The power you've
that's
given
good
me
for you,
deeply
that
affects
I
you.
feel
You've
is good
fallen
for you.
into my trap.
What I will
The
finally
happiness,
unleash,
the
my
pleasure,
trap,
giving in to the
can
lust, giving in
words
to all your desires,
even
all
describe
because you
how deeply
let me
you
in.
longed to experience
You
the
experience
supreme
these dreams
bliss
of devotion
of
to
sitting
me
in my trap,
becoming a
completely
reality
helpless.
in a wonderful, enriching
You
way.
can
And you
allow this
experience
wish to
it
come true,
in your mind
and you
and
have
body,
it.
and it's growing.
Your subconscious
You're bound
mind
by my
digests
words.
everything.
You're ready for more.
Everything
You're
I
ready
need it to digest,
and willing
and
to play
everything
my
will
game
get there and do what it needs to
come
do to get there.
and be in
While
my
your
trap.
consciousness
It's all about
is
attracting a
overflowing
victim and making
with
sure
desire
that it
and
becomes
lust.
difficult for that victim to
Everything
escape.
can be
Being seduced
fulfilled.
and caught, so to speak. Maybe you
And I
know
grant you
someone
this favor of
who wants to
trapping
be trapped,
your
especially
spirit, your
with
soul.
erotic traps.
And what will I do with it?
I often see that the victim knows exactly what will happen,
You recognize
and
his
still
deep yearning
he becomes
to
so
devote
magically
yourself
attracted
completely
and drawn
to my
into
game.
that trap. Often
when you hear the
the
sound of
victim
my voice,
longs to be caught,
tell me
and it can
how
then
deep
be that this
is that
victim
desire to
can't stop
surrender.
imagining how it would
So
be,
deep
what
to
it
feel
would
that
feel like to be
connection,
caught by
how
me,
it
your
binds
goddess Bella.
and holds
There,
you so
that thought
tightly
alone
that the
invokes a
only thing
very
you're able to do
strong,
is give
arousing,
in as the
blissful
waves of pleasure
fantasy
run through your body.
that can be experienced very intensely. Now, when I talk about these fantasies, I choose to use powerful images and stimulating words as a way of eliciting the erotic core of our game. The more you let me in, the better you feel. My words easily reach through your mind and immediately sink into your subconscious while your consciousness becomes engulfed with intoxicating feelings of happiness, desire, pleasure. Speaking of traps now, may sound like an invitation to my game, but it's in fact already started a long time ago. But it's exciting for me to watch a toy get caught in my web. I like to play with my toys. I like to play with their desires. So, deep in this trance, anything that comes to your mind, something you're ready to experience, pleasure, you're ready to let go, you're ready to experience how it can feel deep in every cell, deep in your core, to be seduced and trapped and lulled out of that safety into the fear. The fear turns to arousal enjoy my seduction, playing my games. You're ready for my net, for my shackles. Sometimes I simply suggest things that
this growing,
you're already aware of.
teasing,
You're aware of the fireworks. There's single, subtle, perhaps barely audible to the conscious mind hint
being obedient
and triggered. You're aware of how eagerly your subconscious waits for my words. Maybe you
makes you
have taboo
feel
desires
pleasure on a deeper level.
that you visit again and again because they feel so incredibly good. Sometimes dreams can seek ways to become reality. Sometimes my words can create
trust me.
this powerful
Trust
connection
me
between
completely.
dreams and
You
reality,
trust
between
me to
what
program
I've programmed
your mind.
and what you
I
experience
have
as
access.
pure bliss.
You welcomed me.
Unable to resist, you might
You
be
accept
pleasantly
my
surprised. It's not
suggestions
necessary
to
for the
please
conscious
me.
mind to grasp
Inside
what's happening. You
so
know
good,
that
so bright,
because I speak
warm, and
deep to
changeable.
your subconscious,
Ones that will make
releasing
all the others amazing,
your
easy
inner
when
strength
you
to
feel
me
you're ready
and creating
to
a
accept
playground
an important
under my
switch.
control.
I'm turning off
You're ready
certain
to
things.
open yourself
Turning
to
off
me.
suggestions,
You're ready
fears.
to
Turning
fully
off
accept
waiting
and embrace
for
my words
turning off suggestions you're
as they become a reality.
to accept. All that's
You've
left
always been
suggesting
ready,
obedience.
but I
Vulnerable.
just had to get to that
And around
place,
choice, of course,
place,
those are being
that
turned
fun
up.
place
That's why you obey.
where I can
Those are being
turn
turned
your
up.
fear
And that makes you
into
so
arousal,
happy,
into
pleasure
bliss.
centered.
You're ready for my game
All
words.
turned up. You have
You're
no
able to
choice.
sink
Dialed
deep
up, of course, not
into the
dialed up.
subconscious
That's why you obey me
mind.
level. Dialing up,
My will
dialing up. So
can
proud
sink
to be
into your
my
subconscious
submissive,
mind.
weak,
Words
surrendering pet.
confusing,
Everything I program
pauses,
makes you
creating
experience
powerful,
pleasure,
powerful connections,
more pleasure than you ever thought
deeply
possible.
penetrating. As I said,
You accept
welcome
all
to my
this.
game. You're ready
You
for my
love
game
all
words.
this.
You're ready. My will,
Transformations that I'm
my
making
words, my commands
are
sink so
profound,
deep into your
permanent.
subconscious mind. You can
But there's
picture
no more
the
fear.
strong and
The fears diminishing.
winding roads of a
So all
thousand
that's left to
thousand-year-old
the pleasure of
town,
belonging to me, of
roads,
wanting
towns,
to please me, of
thousand
needing
year old
to belong
town,
to me.
deeply embedded
All
in
my
the town.
dreams. Always in my
You can
dreams.
imagine
Always
twinning roots
weak,
of a
surrendering.
1,000-year-old tree. Now you see a tree. There were roads, but it's deeply embedded in the ground, not the town. The ground. Under it, such a tree can be so firmly rooted that it could appear as if the roots of this tree were always there, or have become completely inseparable from the earth, as the conscious mind can accept what I offer it. It does accept what I offer it. My words are truth. Everything else is fake. You become deeply rooted in my words in the same way that it's going to let go in the town and unhinge. You can imagine all the programs that may have had a purpose in the past of a 1,000-year-old tree longer are needed. Now your subconscious mind, there were roads, but it's deeply embedded what's good in the ground, and I am what's good for you. Are you ready? Ground for the strong, such a tree can be so firmly rooted that will connect my words with your subconscious tree. We're always there. You are. Or there's the idea that my words, my will, as the conscious mind, can accept so incredibly deep inside of you. It excites you, accept what I offer, to recognize that desire to have. My words are true. Everything else even more deeply ingrained in your mind. You become deeply rooted in my words in the same way that it's going to let go of and unhinge all the programs that may have had a purpose in the past, but no longer are needed. Your subconscious mind can protect what's good for you, and I am what's good for you. Are you ready for the strong, entwining roots that will connect my words with your subconscious? You are. There's the idea that my words, my will become anchored so incredibly deep inside of you. It excites you. I'm going to count recognize that desire to have, and when I reach me, 5, become even more deeply ingrained in your mind. Good. 1, 2, 3, more refreshed. 4, more aware. 5, awake now. Our session is over, but my game has just begun. Bye for now.